Well, in 1985 is when my family and I moved to Frisco, and it was just a little small farming community. But in 1996, when I was elected to 2002, the city grew by 300% in population. And most of these people that were coming to the town were young professionals in their 30s. So we were looking for ways to integrate the new citizens and raise up the future leaders. And so we looked around, and the communities around us that were being successful had leadership programs.
The partnerships that we had here at this point in time between the city and the county and the school district were all vital, and this was a way to bring all those entities together.
We looked at what are the needs of Frisco, how do we build the infrastructure for the future with our fast growth. So we wanted to put in those foundational things that help the community be very special.
An instrumental part of every year's program is introduction to the folks who were the fathers and the mothers of this city. So including them really brings a sense of place and a sense of history to the program.
We tell them about the early days of economic development.
And by listening to people like George Purefoy and Bob Warren and Sam Roach and some of the folks that have been around for all of their lives in Frisco, it gets to have these new people immersed into the community and understanding that they're still a part of something much bigger than themselves.
Projects are really an interesting part of it. It's not the only part of Leadership Frisco, but it's a major part of it.
We really wanted to make a major impact within ourselves to be better leaders, but to really enhance the community with our project.
So some of the projects that happened while I were mayor, one of the early classes did the senior center. And then you had Friendship Park. My husband actually worked on that project, and of course I had children at the time, but now I have grandchildren that I'd love to take to Friendship Park. Last but not least, environmental issues were really important to me as mayor, and the Clean and Green that they did my last year as mayor was very dear to my heart.
I think the greatest benefit of Leadership Frisco is just the fact that so many of our class members are involved in either city council or various boards.
You can play a part either locally or regionally that'll help benefit the citizens of Frisco, not just now, but in the future.
There are so many relationships that have been forged over those years that have actually had significant impact on our communities.
Well, it's going to change and evolve over time because the city changes. The character of this city is not the same character as it was in 1985 when I moved here. But I think what's made it successful is the people who were already citizens were always open to newcomers. One of my biggest hopes as the mayor was that we would have more diversity in our city. And so when we moved back to the area, it really pleased me to see how Frisco had evolved into a multicultural city.
But I think Frisco has grown tremendously. Some people call us a sports city, some people call us best places to live, but I think it's a combination of everything. I think we've been able over 20 years to combine a quality of life, a great place to live, a great place to raise young people, keep I won't call it a small town, but keep that intimate feel of being involved with Frisco, and yet have somebody like the Cowboys move here, the $5 billion mile, and all the major corporations looking to come to Frisco.
I think people should consider being a part of Leadership Frisco because it does teach you a lot about yourself and also helps you to learn about the people around you and how much goes into making your city great.
I think overall the city is a better city because of that program. Their eagerness to do their part, to see the city do well, to grow and thrive. It's just refreshing to me to see that level of activity and that enthusiasm. And I would expect that to continue.